What does an experimental development process look like for AI? There are two stages to building most AI technology. The first step, you try to get something, anything, working at least 80% of the time. A rough result. The second step is that you incrementally improve on that existing system until it works 99% of the time. Thanks to tools like ChatGPT, the first stage, getting your AI technology up to an 80% result, it's now gotten dramatically cheaper and easier. So much so that it doesn't require any AI expertise at all. The second stage, though, incrementally improving that result until it's close to perfect, that stage has not fundamentally changed. To get a 99% result, you must follow a rigorous experimental development process. Here is what that looks like. Step 1, gauge where you're at. You got to take a look at your current results and really kind of qualitatively analyze them. What's working? What isn't working? Step 2, decide what you want to improve. What is it about your current results that you specifically want to improve? The more specific you can get, the better. You shouldn't just be saying, it needs to be better. If you're a self-driving car company, for example, you may find that your car performs just fine on, light traffic residential roads like what I have outside my house here. What you want to improve is the performance in the intersections. We all know those examples, the cars that park themselves, the self-driving cars, park themselves in the middle of an intersection and block traffic on both sides. Do not attempt to improve a whole bunch of disparate goals at the same time with a single team. Focus is key. Improve one metric at a time. Step 3, now that you know what you want to improve, design a way to measure that improvement. This is one of the least appreciated and most important aspects of building AI technology. You cannot improve what you cannot measure. Now, I've written multiple long articles on the subject of measuring accuracy, and doing it well can be a whole can of worms. But if you decide it's not worth the effort, you are more likely going to spin your tires and go in circles than you are to make real progress. You must define a measurement that captures the improvement that is important to you, and you must stick with it even if the measurement is not the perfect way of measuring. Step 4, brainstorm a ton of ideas on what might possibly improve the results. These ideas can include everything from simple technical tweaks to cutting-edge scientific papers that your engineers want to try to implement. List all of your different ideas out in a piece of software like ClickUp or Notion. Step 5, rigorously rank the ideas along the dimensions of feasibility, likelihood of success, and expected gain. Combine each of those individual rankings into a combination score based on what's most important to you. You can measure these scores 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. It doesn't really matter, as long as you come up with a numerical way of doing that prioritization. Now, once you've done this, you have a prioritized list of experiments. Step 6, start running experiments. You must be rigorous in your methodology. A/B test every possible technique or improvement. Never try multiple improvements at the same time. Only ever test one thing at a time. If your measurements tell you that one thing is better, then adopt that technique that you just tried and put it into your standard arsenal. If the new technique fails, you might try some variations, you might try some similar techniques. But if those variations and similar techniques also fail, do not adopt the new technique. You may have a theory that says this new technique should work better, but you gotta follow your empirical evidence. If the evidence says that that new technique does not work, do not adopt it just because of your theories. Cut your losses and move on. Step 7. When you're satisfied that the results have improved sufficiently along the dimension you care about most, go back to step 1 Take a look at the results again and repeat the process. So to summarize, those steps are: Step 1, gauge where you're at. Step 2, decide what you want to improve. Step 3, design a metric to measure that improvement. Step 4, brainstorm a whole bunch of ideas on what could possibly improve that metric. Step 5, rank, sort, and prioritize those ideas. Step 6, run experiments and follow whatever the metrics tell you. Step 7, repeat. This is the experimental development process for AI in a nutshell. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and follow me now to get tons of practical tips and tricks for building AI technology. If you need help building AI technology, check out my website and book a free consultation.